Hi Virgo, welcome to May. This is Teresa from tarotbyt.com. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So, this month we have a full moon in Scorpio on May 7th and a new moon in Gemini on May 22nd. And in the middle of May we have Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter going retrograde. So we'll get to that when I do the astrology. But in the meantime, let's see what the cards say for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2020? What is coming up for Virgo in May 2020? What does Virgo need to know about May 2020? The Emperor, the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords, the World, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Emperor, you're acting like the Emperor. You are the Emperor in May. You're trying to build something solid and stable. And you've got the Four of Wands, so you're celebrating your success. Sometimes the Four of Wands can represent marriage. If not, it's at least stability or security or success, basically. You're celebrating. And you have the Six of Wands here, so you've had some kind of success. You've achieved some kind of victory. There's the Knight of Cups here. So you might have received a proposal or an offer from someone. Possibly this King of Cups. The Knight of Cups energy is someone who's very romantic, very, like, it could feel like a karmic connection. You may have already received this, and you're kind of wondering. So you might have already started. If you haven't been in a relationship, you might have already gotten some type of proposal or some type of romantic offer. And you're kind of wondering to see, I mean, you want something solid. You want it to be stable. And you're waiting to see how it's going to develop because it's at the beginning stages. You could even be dealing with someone, an earth sign like yourself. Because you have the Queen of Pentacles here. So that's someone who's very... The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very... and maybe this is how your partner sees you also. Someone who's very talented, who's very... loves the material things. She works really hard for the money. And she likes to surround herself with beauty. She doesn't buy things to impress. It's more just because she likes beauty and art. And it makes her possessions make her feel secure. Sometimes she doubts her abilities or her talents. But the Queen is a very generous person. She's not... She likes to give to the people she cares about. She likes to buy presents for them. So this Emperor energy, though, this is the card of the CEO, the executive. So you're really taking charge of your life in May. You're really committed to making something of yourself or to build something, whether it's a relationship or some type of career plan. You're going for success. You're going for stability. You want something that's solid. You're not looking for fly by night. You're not looking for, something that's just going to be here today and gone tomorrow. There could be, like, you have the Three of Swords here, so you could be, it's possible that some of you might be separating from someone, separating from one relationship and moving into a new relationship, because there's also the Three of Cups here, which could be a third-party situation. And it's in your negative thinking sector, so you're kind of worried about it, or you're thinking about it. Maybe you're trying to choose between two people, or trying to figure out, who's going to give you the most security, the most stability. And you have the World card here. So I feel like a cycle is ending. You're giving up something. You might have spent a lot of time building something up, and now it's like time to move to another level. So either, for some of you, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you might be deciding to commit and make it more formal. Others, you might be deciding to leave one relationship because of the Three of Swords here. You might be cutting away what's no longer working, anything that has outlived its shelf life. You know, if something was good at one time and it's no longer good, you're cutting away with the Three of Swords. There could be some sorrow as you're leaving someone behind, but you're moving into a more stable period in your life. You're moving up to a new level. And the World card is also about doing work that you love, things starting to come together. You have this King of Cups. You could be connecting with someone who's very compassionate, very romantic, very kind, and different energy than the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be leaving someone who is more materialistic and going to someone who's got a healing influence on you, who is very nurturing, very understanding, someone you could really talk to. And I feel like it could be the beginning, like you're in this transition period in May. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you're kind of wondering, where is this going to go? I've planted some seeds. How is this going to develop? Is it going to work out? I think you're going to feel happy. I think you're going to wind up, even in the work that you're doing, you're going to feel like I've arrived. And I am connecting with people that I really enjoy being with, and I am doing work that I really love. Everything's starting to fall together. But there is a bit of sorrow of what you're leaving behind, what you're having to cut out. I feel like you have to cut some things out to claim the success and claim the stability. And you may be kind of feeling sad about what you're having to leave behind and what you're cutting out. But you're moving in a good direction. So I think it's going to all work out in a positive way. It's just that you can't be on the fence. You have to really know what you want. You can't have both. You can't have it both ways. You can't have two sides. You have to choose a side. So let's see what the astrology says. You have the full moon in Scorpio, and that's happening in your 3rd house, and then the Sun and Mercury is in your 9th house. So you could be traveling. You could be thinking about maybe teaching, going back to picking up some new skills, communicating. Maybe you're working on a website or some type of communication project. But something is coming to completion. You might be finishing up a project, or certain truths are coming out that involve 3rd and 9th house matters, because when the full moon usually shines a light on things. So if you weren't aware of something, it's coming to the surface now. And it could involve siblings also, because the full moon, the 3rd house has to do with relatives, neighbors, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles. And if it's not relatives, then it could be a communication, some type of communication. So you're getting the truth now. So if things were cloudy or people were withholding information, I think you're going to get whatever information you're going to get what you need to make a decision, or you're going to see, okay, this is where it's at. There could be some kind of contract that comes up, because Mercury rules contracts, and the 9th house, it could involve travel or foreign, connecting with cultures, going back to school, higher education, publishing. Now Mars is squaring this moon from your 6th house. So you've been working really hard toward a goal. There could be some tension with employment or colleagues, work colleagues. Maybe some people are opposed to what you're trying to do or what you're trying to accomplish. You have Neptune going through the 7th house. Neptune can work in two ways. But Neptune is positive. It has a positive influence on this moon. So you could be forming a relationship where you're working together on some creative project. If you're doing anything creative or artistic, Neptune will favor you. If it's anything other than that, if it's like a relationship, there could be some confusion or some miscommunication going on. So you want to make sure that you know what you're dealing with and that everything is above board. you have Pluto and Jupiter going through your 5th house. So that's the house of children. There could be major changes in your children, major changes because of a new relationship or a new romance. Also, a creative project could be going through major change. You may be working on something that's really going to speak to you and your self-expression. It's going to be like, this is me, and this is what I need to do. This is what my soul needs, my creative self-expression. And then Jupiter's bringing you luck in that area. So if there's something that you've always wanted to do, but you never you just never had the time to do it, some creative project, some artistic project, now's the time to do it. Because you've got Neptune and Pluto supporting each other in this effort. Now Venus is in your 10th house, so things should get a little bit better with work. You might be working on something that you really enjoy doing, something creative. You might be getting along better with people in authority. But there's also that square, but Venus is also squaring Neptune around this time. So there's always that, there's something either there's something going on behind the scenes, or there's some miscommunication or confusion. So you want to make sure you're not idealizing anything or not painting a rosy picture. You want to get to the bottom of things. Make sure you're not being misunderstood. Make sure that you're understanding what's going on. Mercury sextile Neptune, great for creative writing, creative self-expression. So you really, if you've ever wanted to write a book or publish something, or get involved in some type of creative writing project, now's the time. You've got the support of Neptune and Mercury. Mercury and Neptune are sextile. When it comes to love, you want to look out with love, because Venus square Neptune, you could be attracting someone that looks good on the surface, but may not be really good for you in the long run. Or you could be attracting someone who needs a lot of, like a diamond in the rough, or someone that is looking for a savior. So as long as you're involved with someone that can take care of themselves, is not being too dependent on you, you'll be fine. But if you feel like someone's draining your energy, that's a red flag. So look out for red flags. So then we have Saturn going retrograde on May 11th. And Saturn is in your, let's see, where is Saturn? Saturn's in your 6th house, so that involves your day-to-day employment. Saturn retrograde, you might have to, things might get blocked by authority figures. Things might slow down, like you were running full speed ahead, and then all of a sudden Saturn retrogrades. It's like, okay, I have to rethink this. I have to reconfigure. So something may happen to slow down what you're trying to accomplish. Then Venus goes retrograde on the 13th, and Venus is in your career sector, so even then it's like you have to rethink your strategy. Whenever planets go retrograde, so if you're working on some kind of creative project, it may need to be tweaked a little, or you might have to approach it from a different angle. Venus can also bring people back from the past, so you might be reconnecting with, let's see, where's Venus? Oh, Venus is in your 10th house, with people that you used to work with in the past. So you might be reestablishing relationships that you had from the past. Jupiter is going retrograde on May 14th. So you've got all these 3 planets plus Pluto that are all moving, in retrograde. So that's going to slow things down. Don't get discouraged. It will pick up later, but right now you might have to just do some rethinking or reconfiguring. It's like when you're doing the GPS, recalculating, and you decide, well, I'm not going to take this road, I'm going to take that road. And then the GPS has to go, oh, okay, let me recalculate. It's similar to that. So some project or some relationship that you've been working on, I think it's more work-related, may take a detour. So you may have to reconfigure because of some new process that pops up at this time. So things are going to just slow down temporarily. Where is Jupiter in your chart? Let's see. So you have Jupiter in the 5th house. Jupiter usually is an abundant planet, and it brings luck and expansion. So if you've gone too far, maybe you've taken on too much, or you've gone too far in something, Jupiter is pulling you back now, saying, okay, wait, you're extending yourself too much. You need to pull back. Especially because you do have Mars going through your 6th house, and you've been working really hard, but it can affect your health if you overdo it. So these planets are your friend. They're slowing things down so you can take a breath and rethink the direction you're going in. Like, I'm putting a lot of effort and a lot of work into this. Is this in my best interest? Maybe I need to think of it from a different angle, or maybe I need to put my energies into something else. So you're going to be reconfiguring, take a time out, take a breather to reevaluate the work you've been doing. And give yourself a break, because I know Virgos, you want everything perfect, and you don't know how to rest when you need to rest, because you're driven, and you just want to serve. Virgo is the planet of service. So I know you want to serve, and you want to do the best you can, and you want to do something that's perfect, but sometimes even, angels need to rest sometimes, and saints need to take a breather. So all this planetary energy that's going in retrograde is just giving you a timeout, so you can think about what you're doing and where you're going, and maybe tweak your plan so that it's even better. But you are on track to move to a new level. It may involve cutting away certain things that don't really have any meaning or don't fit anymore. So you might be cutting out the dead wood, getting ready for a new cycle to begin. Finishing up old, like you have to finish something before you can start something new. So you're finishing up, you're cleaning up, getting rid of the dead wood, and then you're going to be ready with this World card. And these are kind of time cards here. The 3 of Swords is a 6-week period. So you're going to take 6 weeks. So from May, probably into middle of June, you're going to be clearing out. And then at the end of May, because this is a 3-week period, this 3 of Cups, you're going to be celebrating some type of success. I know you're feeling, you might be feeling discouraged right now, but don't. Success is coming. It's just going to be that it may come in a different form, or it may require you to change your approach or reconfigure and get rid of what's not working. Some things need to go so that you're making room for the new. But you are going to be celebrating your success. You are going to wind up doing work that you love and connecting with people that are supportive, because this is a card of support too. So don't get discouraged is what I'm saying in May. So this is my reading, and don't doubt that your project is going to take off or that your new relationship is going to grow. It will. Just be patient. Just keep your eye on the goal, and you'll get there. So that's my forecast for May, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button or subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a private reading, you can click on the link in the description box, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you, everyone, for supporting this channel. Thank you for leaving comments. I really enjoy reading the feedback. And if you're new, welcome. And thank you for those who have ordered readings. I've really appreciated your support, and I've enjoyed meeting all of you. So enjoy May. I know it's, we're kind of limited in what we can do, but there's always work to be done. Even if it's cleaning out a closet or learning a new skill. So enjoy May, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.